Hi guys. Hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys had a great BlizzCon weekend. When I put up the Mage Tower video, a few comments have asked me, hey, where you at? What you doing? So I thought I would make a video answering those questions, talking to you guys both about like the video content that I'm producing, as well as what I'm doing in WoW for gold making, like that. So we'll go over the video stuff really quick before we hop into the gold making, and that's that. I just really quick reverse from that. I my real life stuff has changed quite a bit. I'd moved across the country. I got into a very, very good program for what I study. So I've been going grad school, things like that. So there was all this change, and now I'm kind of settled in here. And but I'm on like a grad school schedule, so it's a little bit like can't really devote a lot of time to editing videos and stuff like that. So, but I still wanted to create video content. I still wanted to engage with about gold making. And so streaming kind of came up, and obviously, as you can guess from the Mage Tower video and the fact that I've got this video set up now, that's kind of where I've ended up. So I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/faidtastic. There will be a link down below. I hope you'll follow me and hang out. Anytime that I'm streaming, I don't raid anymore, really. I just play to make gold. Anything I do is directly or indirectly related to making gold. So so anytime, regardless of what I'm doing on stream, if you pop into the stream and you want to talk about gold making, if you have a question, if you have a comment, if you want to share some great flip that you did, please come do that, because I love talking about gold making. That's what makes streams really fun for me, is when people are there to talk to me about the stuff that we both enjoy. So that's what I'm doing. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But I also stream intermittently because, hey, I'm playing WoW. Might as well share that with you guys as well. So, and you can find out about that by following me on Twitch and on Twitter. I also tweet when I go live, things like that. So that's what I'm doing for creating gold making content. I understand that some people do not like streaming that much. They don't like watching streams, and I understand that because I'm one of those people. I do like I play games because I want to play them, not because I want to watch other people play them. And then when it comes to watching video content, I'd rather watch a highlight reel or something like that. But unfortunately, with the way my schedule works out and what I want to spend my time doing, streaming is really what appeals to me. So I apologize if that's not what you're looking for, but that's what I can provide. And I'll miss you if you end up leaving. Hopefully you don't, but I understand if you do. So moving on, let's talk about gold making, obviously, right? Because I mean, like I'm not going to create a lot of YouTube videos, but as long as I've got you here, let's talk gold making. One of the other reasons I hadn't really been talking about gold very much is because I actually was feeling like a bad gold maker for a long time, for for probably 3 months. I was only making like a net profit of like 30 to 50,000 gold a day, and that would have been fine back in Wrath of Lich King, but in the world of Legion inflation, that was pennies, you know? And it was especially really frustrating for me. Like, I was selling like massive volumes of stuff. How could I have all of this stuff on the auction house and not be getting like any sales? So I was getting really frustrated with myself as a gold maker. So I didn't really want to talk too much about gold making because I felt like a sham, basically. And then the move happened, and I had some video card issues, which caused me to so I couldn't play at all in like the lead up to 7.3, and I also couldn't play. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but they're working on the roof, I guess, today. Anyhow, hopefully that doesn't come through too much on the video, but I want to make a video, so we're gonna go for it anyway. So I lost my train of thought. Stupid hammers. Yeah, so I couldn't play at all in the lead up to 7.3, and I couldn't play for like a month afterwards. So I did not realize until like a week ago that epic gems were introduced. Like not the Saber's Eyes, but like the Celian, the Florid Malachite, things like that. So I wasn't selling any of those for a long time, and I finally found out about those, and I started selling them, and then I was making like 150,000 gold a day. So better, but still, I mean, epic gems on top of everything else I was selling, I should have been way more, and I was still just so frustrated. And what I decided was, if I was going to make so few sales, those sales were going to count. So I went into my TSM operations, which I have one operation that covers the vast majority of my crafted Legion gear. It's got minimum price 110% crafting, normal price 500% crafting, maximum price like 600% crafting. And I decided I was going to go bump up the normal and maximum price to make sure that when I did get a sale, it was really high profit margin. And when I went in to do that, I realized something. This group that was supposed to have 110% minimum price, 100% minimum price. So naturally, for all of these months, I've been getting undercut day in and day out without really it occurring to me. I mean, I knew I'd been undercut because it said, below minimum price, reposting at normal price or whatever. So I'd seen that, but it hadn't really occurred to me that I had so much stuff being posted under minimum price. I just thought Argenton is full of idiots, because it is. So it turns out one of them is me. My TSM group was set up wrong. Fixed that group. Within 6 hours, I made 750,000 gold. So I am feeling a little bit more confident as a gold maker. Much more willing to create videos. So tip number 1 for gold makers, make sure your TSM group's set up properly, because that's kind of important. So now that that's fixed, I've been doing, several 100,000 gold every day. I'm feeling a lot better about myself as a gold maker. So that happened. And so let's talk about kind of what I'm doing in gold making now. It's not going to be anything new or revolutionary for people who already know my gold making strategy. I am just crafting all the crafted gear I can and selling it. I sell every glyph that I can craft. And I noticed, I'm not sure if I just became very lucky or if they upped the drop rate. I'm pretty sure they upped the drop rate, but it's a lot easier to go farm the world inscription techniques, the world drop ones. So it took me maybe 40 minutes to go farm all the ones I was missing. So do that if you haven't already, because the more glyphs you can craft, the more you can sell. So I do glyphs, I do Tome of Tranquil Mind. I'm kind of going through, since I started with Inscription, I'm like, what else do I sell from Inscription? And I sell the relics. To this day, I still crack up about that video of Blood of Sargeras, because I made the video a while back, about a year ago now, basically saying don't use the Blood of Sargeras vendor. Your bloods are so much more valuable as a crafting reagent, and I used the relics for enchanting as an example. And everyone was like, that's so stupid, that doesn't work. Who would buy relics? And you know what, I'm not gonna lie, I still don't really understand why people buy relics, especially now that you can use Unsullied, I think is what it's called, stuff from Argus. So I guess when you just hit 100 and you just get your relic, you could toss in a whole bunch or when you just get your artifact, you could toss in a bunch of relics. That does boost you up quite a bit. So maybe that's what the appeal is. I don't really know. I don't care. All I know is I'm making more from relics than ever before. Before I'd had 8,000 gold is the normal price for any of my relics. Now it is uncommon for me. I'll sell relics, at least a few relics a day. For blacksmithing, maybe 6,000 gold a piece. Engineering regularly 14,000 gold. Inscription 33,000 gold is the price that I charge for my inscription ones, because I don't have any competition, because no one really makes them. So and then enchanting 12,000 gold. So I sell those really regularly. I sell all the enchants that I can make. I shuffle for enchanting mats using leatherworking and tailoring, as per my half price Leylight Shard video. So I get cheaper enchanting mats for my enchants, and I can also sell the enchanting mats themselves when I just become inundated, because I'm doing that not just to get the stuff to enchant, but also to create Blood of Sargeras. So even if I don't need the mats, I do it for the blood, so I end up generating all of this extra enchanting mats. So I also liquidate the enchanting mats themselves. Those bloods go on to create both the enchants, and it's also on an alchemist, so I do potions of prolonged power sometimes, but usually it's not that valuable. But it's a way to get rid of bloods if I just get. Let's see here. Blacksmithing, I do all of the dreads. Demon steel. Here, all of the relics. I do need to get back. I keep thinking, don't forget to add Demon Steel stirrups to your TSM list, and I keep not doing it, but I should be, because that's, especially now that people can fly, to be able to go down, hit your quest item, and fly back up. That's something that I should be doing. I'm not sure why I did. I actually did 9 rated battlegrounds to finally get my rank 3 shoulder pattern, so I don't have to go out to that anvil anymore, except to make the Demon Steel itself. So craft 1,000 at a time, so I don't have to go out there very often. So excited, so proud of me. So engineering, I do the relics, I do old world pets, And goblin gliders are the other big engineering thing. Here, so I'm going through so I talked about enchanting, I talked about alchemy. I haven't really been doing super great on potions and flasks. The only time that I still use my living steel cooldown on all of my alchemists every day, but that's mostly it. Though I do potions and flasks when the mage tower is about to pop, because a lot of people, my server isn't a progression rating server, and even if it was, we're not in a progression time until Antorus opens up, so there's not really a reason to stock that very often until the mage tower pops up, because then people are trying to do their challenge to get their skins. So that's also a good time to sell not only those alchemy things, but also cooking. I am making bank on cooking. I'm not sure why, but I'm just like, it's wonderful. I think it's because the prices for the actual cooked materials aren't going down, but the price of the materials to make it. So like the dream leaf to make the one that takes herbs and stuff like that. It's like I'm paying less for the materials, but I'm still getting the same the same price for the completed material or the completed cooking item that I used to get. So it's like my profit margin is huge on cooking. And no one really, I shouldn't say no one does it, but not nearly as many people know me. It's a little bit frustrating for people, or they don't think of a secondary profession as a big gold maker. So I'm really big on cooking. Leatherworking and tailoring is the exact same as blacksmithing. I make all of the crafted gear, both for like the leveling, like the 100 to 109 or whatever, and then also the graven scale, thread leather, imbued silkweave, those sorts of things. I don't do bags. I really I'm not gonna say that they're not profitable. I'm sure that they are, especially if you make the hex weave cloth ones from before. But it's just not something that I'm really interested in making. Now that there's the toy box and the appearance tab and stuff, there's really just not that much of a need for inventory space, so I don't see it as viable of a market. But I'm sure it still is on some servers. It's just not viable enough to be interesting, especially because especially for the hex cloth, I'd have to go Warlords of Draenor to open up all those garrisons on my tailors. See here, do all the glyphs. Jewel crafting, I unlocked the crowns, and obviously the epic gems. I do a ton on epic gems, shuffling Imperium. I guess it's not really shuffling, it's just prospect, cut, sell. That's not really a shuffle. But that obviously, gem chips for cooking, good stuff all around. I actually still, because that character has, she's also an enchanter, to generate bloods for jewel crafting back when you needed them to cut the best gems, which aren't the best anymore. So she still has all of these gems, and actually I've found that they sell pretty well. So the older cut gems as well. So I've been cutting those with the bloods that she does end up getting, doing fairly well there. The crowns are a really big seller. I also make the Imperial breastplate on my blacksmith. I have not unlocked the chest piece for leatherworking or tailoring. I haven't unlocked the new technique for glyphs. But other than that, I think I have everything from Argus. Let's see here. I think that's the highlights of what I sell nowadays. So hopefully that kind of gives you a good idea of what I've been doing. But for those of you who have been following me for a long time, you probably could have guessed all of that, because that's what I do. I craft and sell, craft and sell. I'm not gimmicky. I've been doing some resets on commodities, because I'll go to buy Dreamleaf and then it's like, oh, all of this Dreamleaf's 13 gold a piece, and then the next jump is 26 gold a piece. Sure, why not? I'll buy it all out in repos. So stuff like that I'll do every once in a while, but for the most part it's just tried and true, craft and sell, craft and sell. So I hope that was interesting for you guys. If it is, or if you'd like to talk to me about gold making, I hope that you'll join me on stream, twitch.tv/Faidtastic. I hope you guys don't mock me too much for how bad I am at playing a warlock. I literally don't know how to play one. I just hit the buttons, and hopefully my pet will kill it before it kills me. Yeah. Have a great day, guys.